Hello. My art lesson is geared towards the grade fours. My lesson plan today is on the medicine wheel, otherwise known as sacred circle or sacred hoop in my culture, and through many First Nations cultures. It's been passed down from generation to generation and used as a teaching tool to teach the youth regarding respect towards the earth, respect towards themselves, and respect towards their fellow person. My art lesson began as I went out and I went and bought some pieces of paper and I pre-cut them into pie shapes. However, I will be getting the students to cut the pies themselves as this is part of an art lesson. And then what I did is I got a piece of background paper and I just mounted them onto there. What you can also do is just create it as a whole, like cut out the circle and divide it in, but it depends on how you want to present the lesson. For me, I pre-cut the green, which meant heart, the white, which is mine, and the yellow, which means spirit. In our culture, they also have other significant values, such as, like, for the white, it plays for fire. The yellow is air. The red is earth, and the black is water. Those are part of the elements that they take care of. So, my purpose why I'm teaching this lesson to grade fours is it's kind of a big thing right now in the curriculum is introducing reconciliation. And for me, a way of reconciliation is to learn about a culture that you don't have a little understanding about. And me on my part, like I do my best to learn about other cultures as well. So I'm not too sure if maybe everybody is familiar with this, but I'd like to start off with the youth as early as possible. And I feel grade four is a great way great grade to implement and to start them off on this. So it's a simple art assignment, but it teaches the value of the colors and the significance that it plays in the First Nations culture. So today, like I said, I pre-cut and I pre-glued all my other ones on, and then today I'll be finishing up by painting the last one red and putting the significance on there. It's a real simple project, and like I said, all students enjoy it. I know I used to enjoy it lots when I did when I was young, and it can be done by all groups and all ages. However, it is kind of messy, so make sure that the students have the right art supplies and right art gear and all that. Make sure they don't get paint on their clothing, because some parents do pay a lot for their kids' clothing, and that's all the clothing they have. Like, and I guess I'm just paying respect in regards to that matter. So what we'll do is we'll paint the final color of the medicine wheel here, which is red. And I'm just using a simple water-based color that I picked up from dollar store that comes in a whole pack, and there's like all the colors that you can imagine. And as I took this art class, I also realized that you can make other colors with different colors. So, but today we're just using the basic simple ones. And like through different cultures, through different First Nations cultures, like such as Cree, Sioux, Dene, they all play different. Like sometimes the green is represented as black, sometimes the white is represented as more transparent color, like I'd say like a kind of like a off pinkish kind of color. But basically, these, if you look through every other one throughout every other culture, these are the colors that play the most significance. And they all have different meanings in different cultures. But for us First Nations, those are what they basically entail is their meanings and what they represent. So they also represent animals too as well. Like for us in my First Nations culture, I have the yellow that represents the eagle. The bison is represented by the white, and the bear is represented by the green, and the wolf is represented by the red. All teachings that are available that you can easily pick up if you want to implement them into your class. It's real easy to just Google up medicine wheel teachings, and they'll pop right up and they'll give you a brief rundown of what they mean in each color. Yeah, each culture. So, like I said, it's a very simple project. Shouldn't take very long, but it's a great way to introduce a culture to somebody a group that maybe that doesn't understand, or maybe a group that doesn't have understanding of their culture. So that's all finished there. And the next, what I just did, but I know it's kind of extravagant, but what I did was just got these stencils instead of writing, because My paint's still wet, so I won't be able to write with a marker. But what you could also do is you could also write the meaning on the background and then have them paint over it, whichever way you prefer would work. So the last one we're gonna have to do is the red one, which is the body. So we'll take out the body. And then next, just have them glue it on and complete the circle. So. So here's our last piece to our medicine wheel. Oh, kind of messy, but I believe everybody gets the gist of it. So yeah, this is our final end product. So cement colored medicine wheel, and this plays a very significant part in our culture today. So thank you for joining me for my lesson plan, and I hope I've been of service and gave you some ideas to teach your class. Thank you.